Welcome everyone to the North versus South event here. It's going to be Monster Truck Attitude throwing it down here with the Outlaws. Check out this awesome promo shot that we did before the Outlaw track crew even got started on making the track for the night. You can see down this side here, this is the entire Team South side. We're going to make our way down the line, showing you every truck that's going to represent Team South. And then we're going to swip over here to the left side, and this is every truck for the Team North. I'm so happy to be announcing this first ever crossover event. We hope to do more of it, and I hope you guys enjoy it here tonight. Got some awesome racing ready to go lined up, and with that, we're going to get ready to kick off round one racing right here for the first ever North versus South event. Coming up first out of Team South, coming from Louisiana, this is Jason Craddock in his Blue Thunder machine, and he is set to face off against Brandon Jagger in the Zombie Fire machine coming out of Team North. Let's see who's going to get the first win here tonight. There's the green light now. Down the stretch, Brandon Jagger with the lead. Jason tried to stay right there with him, but couldn't quite keep up, and Team North is going to strike first. Up next here now, coming out of Team South, this is Jimmy Ferguson coming from Florida. He's in the Hurricane Force. And he's got his hands full because over here out of Team North, that's John Cadux in the Goldberg machine. Many of you guys may remember this machine. I ran it for a while. Coming down the stretch now, they're pretty even. Whoa, look out. Jimmy Ferguson's out of shape. John Cadux in the Goldbergs moving on. Well, up next out of Team North, this is Richard Nelson III in the Megalodon machine. And he is set to face off against Jeffrey Skipper out of Team South, reigning from Tennessee in the Thunder machine. Jeffrey ready to bring the thunder. There's the green light now down the stretch. Whoa, Jeffrey's out of shape, but so is Richard, but Richard's past the line. Up next now out of Team North, this is the Crazy Cat, Jason Wook in the Prowler machine, and he is set to face off against Matt Cheever and Grave Digger the Legend coming out of Team South. This ought to be a good one here. Coming down the stretch now, pretty even. Oh, look out. Matt Cheever's up and over. Jason Wook with a good-looking run is going to pick up the win. Folks, I'm here to tell you, Team North looking good out here. We got to pick it up, Team South. And there you see Matt Cheever tearing up the body. Well, here we are looking in the pits now. You saw Richard Nelson turn it over earlier. The team's looking over the truck, making sure he's going to be able to come back for round two action. There you see Matt Cheever tearing up Old Blue out here tonight for the fans. He done a good job of that. And there you see a few of the first competitors lined up, making sure the trucks are all good, and they're getting ready to pack it up and head back. Well, up next now out of Team North, this is Ashley Obie in the Monster Mutt Dalmatian coming from Kentucky, and she is set to face off against Savannah in the Kraken machine out of Florida. Two ladies going to throw it down. There's the green light coming down the stretch up, and whoa, look out. Savannah's going to flip it over. Ashley Obie's going to pick up the win in the Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Well, up next now out of Team South, that's Keith Cromwell in the Monster Lobster Crustacean, and he is set to face off against Timothy Cantwell coming out of Team North in the Monster Mutant Soda Machine. There's the green light now. Here they come down the stretch, pretty even, up and over the first dirt mound, over the cars. Look out. Keith's going to save it, but he's not going to win. Timothy's moving on. Up next now out of Team North, that's Corey Marvin in the Avenger S10 Chevrolet, and he is set to face off against Jalen Prazek out of Team South in his Brodozer machine. Ought to be a good one here. Waiting on that green light. There it is now. Coming down the stretch, Corey with a lead up, and whoa, look out. Both of them get a little wild. Jalen with a front flip, Corey a little bit out of shape, but Corey Marvin is going to get the first close win here tonight. Team North is really bringing on the heat, boys. Well, up next now out of Team North, that's Matthew Riley in the Crazy Bull El Toro Loco, and he is set to face off against Rich Wagner out of Team South in his backdraft machine. Trucks are staged now at the line, waiting on the green light. There it is now. Here they come down the stretch, pretty even. Look out! Another front flip by Matthew, and Rich is out of shape and into the wall. Matthew moving on. Up to the line now out of Team South. This is Ryan Hayward in the Cyclops machine. He's been on fire here lately here on Outlaws. And he is set to face off against Chris Baluk out of Team North with the Stone Crusher. Let's see who's going to get it done here. Classic Ford Chevrolet matchup. Here they come down the stretch. Oh, it's close up and over the cars. I couldn't tell you who got that. We're going to have to check with the Outlaw track crew, get a photo finish just to see and make sure. And Ryan Hayward in the Cyclops is going to barely sneak by him. Team South finally getting on the board. It took us a while, but we're here, boys. Well, up next now out of Team North, this is Austin Arabia in the Stinger Unleashed. He is set to face off against Ray Acuna coming out of Team South in the Bone Shaker machine. Let's see who's going to get it done here now. Staged and ready. There's the green light down the stretch. Ray Acuna with the lead. Oh, what a slap wheel. He's up and over at the line. A good-looking run by Austin Arabia, too, but I don't know who got it. And on his side, Ray Acuna in the Bone Shaker machine is going to get it done. What a close one there, folks. Well, up next now out of Team North, this is Ethan Wagner. His dad was on the south side. He's on the north side in the Snakebite machine. He is set to face off against Nathan Smith out of Team South in the Monster Mutt Husky. Both these guys are ready to throw it down. There's the green light now. Here they come down the stretch pretty even up and over. And Nathan kind of got out of shape and fades over. And he's going on the trailer. Well, up next out of Team South, that's Carson Wells in the Son of a Digger machine. And he is set to face off against Brian Prazak out of Team North in the Predator machine. Waiting on the green light now. Staged and ready. There it is. Here they come down the stretch now. Looking pretty even. Up and over. Huge air by Carson Wells. That's going to cost him win. Brian Prazak with a good-looking run. Well, up next out of Team North, Colton Jeffrey Hotchkiss pulls to the line in the Mohawk Warrior. And he is set to face off against none other than the Outlaw, Joshua Wells, coming out of Team South in the Grave Digger. Waiting on that green light now. There it is, coming down the stretch. Mohawk Warrior with the lead, up and over. Look out. Colton's out of shape. He tried to save it, but he couldn't do it. He got sideways down there toward the end, slammed on the brakes to keep from getting into Joshua, and that cost him the race. Joshua Wells moving on in the Grave Digger. Well, up next now out of Team South, this is Blake Willis in the Blue Thunder Gears machine, and he is set to face off against Jackson Brazel out of Team North in the Black Stallion out of Hagerstown, Maryland. Waiting on that green light. 2-4 is going to throw it down. Here they come down the stretch, looking pretty even. Whoa, out of shape. But they both save it. And oddly enough, Blake's actually drove the Black Stallion machine on MTA before. And the Black Stallion machine and Jackson Brazel's going to get him. That was a wild-looking race there, but Black Stallion moving on. Well, up next now out of Team North, this is Mike Lanford in the Power Forward machine coming out of Virginia. And he is set to face off against Ryan Johnson, Wildman Ryan Johnson out of Team South in the Higher Education. Staged and ready now, waiting on the green light. There it is, coming down the stretch. Ryan with the lead, up and oh, look out. What a awesome save by Ryan. Man, what a piece of driving, and Mike Lanford moving on. Back here checking out the pit area. You saw Matthew Riley flip that thing earlier. The crew's looking over, making sure it's all right. So did Ray Acuna in the Bone Shaker. They're going to review that and make sure it's good to go. There you see Savannah in the Kraken machine tire down. A bunch of the other guys checking over the trucks, getting ready to go. A few Team North guys in there. They're getting ready to load up and head back north to Virginia here shortly. Checking out everybody there in the pits. And there you see Ryan Johnson. He's got his hauler down there getting ready to tire down Higher Education and head back to the house. Well, up next here now, closing out round one action. Out of Team South, this is Rudy Zilligy in the Jester machine coming from Florida. And he is set to face off against Chad Legit, too legit as Steve says, out of Team North in Tropical Thunder. Staged and ready, waiting on the green light. Here it is now. Here they come down the stretch. Jester with the lead, up and over. Looks like problems for Chad Legit. The truck was just kind of slowed up. Jester moving on. Moving right along with the action. And here we are in round number 2. Brandon Jagger brings that Zombie Fire machine back. And this is going to be the first Team North versus Team North matchup as he squares off against John Cadis in the Goldberg machine. Here we go, kicking off round 2 action. There's the green light now down the stretch. They're dead even up and over the first dirt mound all the way across. Such a close race. I don't know who got it. We're going to check and see. And Brandon Jagger in the Zombie Fire is going to get it done by arm. Check that close racing out, guys. Well, Well, up next now, it looks like Richard Nelson III is going to make it back to the line in his Megalodon machine. And he's got his hands full because that's the crazy cat, Jason Wook, in the Prowler machine. It's the Shark versus the Cat. Who can get it done here in another Team North matchup? Waiting, here they come with the green light down the stretch, up and over. A good-looking run, a tight one. We're going to make sure who got it down there. And Jason Wook in the Prowler machine is going to get it done, getting there first. But Richard didn't cut him no slack. He was right there. Up next to the line now, Ashley Obie comes back in the Monster Mutt Dalmatian out of Team North. And she is set to face off against fellow team member Timothy Cantwell in the Monster Mutant Super Soda. Trucks are staged and ready at the line, waiting on the green light. So he's going to move on to the semi. There's round 3, coming down the stretch. Oh, they're both out of shape. Ashley's out of shape first, and Timothy actually rolls across the line. I'm going to make sure he can come back. Well, up next now out of Team North, Corey Marvin brings that Avenger machine back to the line, and he is set to face off against Matthew Riley in the El Toro Lucky machine. Matthew able to come back. Let's see what he can do here now against Corey. There's the green light. Here they come down the stretch pretty even. Whoa, look out. And the Corey's over as well. Matthew getting another front flip in there. He was doing good at that here tonight. And Corey Marvin's going to get there first in the Avenger machine. Another close race. These Team North guys are absolutely throwing it down out here. Well, up next, Ray Acuna's back to the line in the Bone Shaker machine. And he is facing off against Ryan Hayward out of Team South as well in the Cyclops machine. First South versus South match. Let's see who gets it done. Trucks are ready now. There's the green light. Here they come down the stretch pretty even. Oh, another slat wheelie, and they're both up and over. Oh, my goodness, what a mess down there. But Ryan Hayward moving on. Up next to the line, Jackson Braswell brings that Black Stallion machine back to the line out of Team North. And he is set to face off against the Outlaw, Joshua Wells out of Team South, and the Grave Digger. Let's see who's going to get it done here now. Waiting on that green light. Here they come down the line now. Jackson with the lead. Oh, look out. Look, watch Joshua Wells down there. He pulled off a front flip. Let's see who got it done at the line. Oh, my goodness, a close race. But Joshua Wells is going to pull out the win, and he should be able to come back. Up next now out of Team North, that's Brian Prezi in that awesome Predator machine. And he is set to face off against Ethan Wagner, also out of Team North, in the awesome Snakebite machine. Let's see which wild animal's going to get it done here first. Down the stretch, coming across the dirt mound. Look out. They're both out of shape, but Brian's able to get past the line. We're going to get a check here on him right now, as a matter of fact. Earlier, you seen Timothy roll the truck. They're making sure it's okay. Corey rolled it as well. They're going to look it over. Oh, my goodness. Look at Ryan Hayward there with the Cyclops machine. Bunch of body damage on that truck. And there you see Joshua Wells tore the hood off. I guarantee you he's not going to take any fiberglass home tonight. Brian Prezi there flipped over as well. The team's looking over the truck. You see a few more guys checking over everything, getting ready to pack it up and head back north. Some of them heading not too far from home here down south. Bunch of action going on in the pits. Back to the action now. Here to close out round 2 action. This is Mike Lanford and the Power Forward machine out of Team North. And he is set to face off against Rudy Zilligy in the Jester machine out of Team South. Let's see if Rudy can get out of the second round. He usually struggles. Coming down the stretch now. Rudy had a little bit of a lead, but Mike Lanford and Power Forward's going to get it done. Now here we are in round 3 action. Coming out of Team North, Brandon Jagger's back with the Zombie Fire, and he is set to face off against Jason Wook in the Prowler machine. Let's see who gets it done. These trucks have been running good all night long, but only one's moving to the semis. Down the stretch, they're pretty even up, and oh, look out. What an amazing piece of driving by Brandon. He's going to save it, but Jason's moving on. Well, up next now, Corey Martin returns to the line in the Avenger Chevrolet, and he is set to face off against Timothy Cantwell in the Monster Mutant Super Soda machine. Let's see who's going to get it done. Moving on into the semis. There's the green light now coming down the stretch. They're pretty even up, and oh, look out. Both of them are in trouble down there, and it's so close I can't tell who got it. And Timothy Cantwell in the Monster Mutant Super Soda is going to get it done by a tire tread. Oh, my goodness, what a wild race. Well, up next now, coming out of Team South, Ryan Hayward brings that injured Cyclops to the line. and he is set to face off against a fellow Team South member, Joshua Wells, and the Gravedigger, also hurt. These are the last two South members. One of them's got to move on. Here they come down the stretch, pretty even. Whoa, look out. Joshua Wells loses the entire body. I guarantee you that's not going to the shop with him. Somebody's leaving here tonight with some fiberglass. You see the track crew cleaning it up now. Well, up next to the line, Brian Praisett comes back in the awesome Predator machine. He is set to face off against Mike Lanford out of Team North in the Power Forward machine. Closing out round 3 action. Who's going to be the last to get in the semis? There's the green light now coming down the stretch. They're both pretty even. Look at a wild ride by Brian Praisett. That's going to cost him Mike Lanford moving on. Going to take another look here in the pits. You saw Timothy roll it again. The crew is really checking over that truck, making sure it's okay to come back. We're going to see if he's able to make it back to the line. And there you see Brandon Jagger, what's left of Gravedigger there, and Brian Praisett getting ready to pack up, head to the house for the night. Here we are with semifinal action. Jason Wook, the Crazy Cat and Prowler out of Team North, comes to the line, and he is set to face off against Timothy Cantwell, also out of Team North, in the Monster Mutant Super Soda. Let's see who's going to be the first to move into the finals. There's the green light coming down the stretch. Timothy with a lead, but he's up and over, and so is Jason Wook with a front flip, but Jason gets the win. Well, up next now, the last member of Team South, Ryan Hayward, a lone wolf out here in Cyclops, set to face off against Mike Lanford in the Power Forward machine out of Team North. Let's see who's going to be joining Jason in the finals. There's the green light now coming down the stretch. They're pretty even, up and over. And Ryan can't hurt that truck no more than he already has. He gets the win, and Mike Lanford flips it over. Taking one more look down here in the pits, you see where the Crazy Cat Jason rolled the truck over. The crew is checking it over, make sure he's going to be able to come back to the finals. And you see Mike Lanford there. The crew's checking over it, getting ready to head back up north. We're going to see who's going to get it done here in the first ever event. Here we are in the finals. The Crazy Cat Jason Wook in the Prowler machine pulls to the line. It seems to be okay. And he is facing off against an injured Ryan Hayward out of Team South with the Cyclops machine. Who's going to get it done? North or South? We're about to find out. There's the green light now coming down the stretch. They're pretty even. Up and oh, what a close race. I don't know who got it done. Let's check and see what the Outlaw Track Crew says. And Ryan Hayward in the Cyclops machine is going to get it done here tonight. What amazing racing. A huge congratulations to Ryan Hayward and the Cyclops machine for winning the first ever North versus South event. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this mashup of Monster Truck Attitude and Diecast Monster Truck Outlaws. If you think we should do more stuff together, leave us a comment down below. And as Steve Jones always says, crush the subscribe button. And as I always say, be sure to shoot the subscribe button, and we'll catch you guys down the road. Thank you guys.